Hello. Hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today, I just wanted to give you like a personal experience of what being a last born in a family has been. So in our family, I'm the last born, and being the last born in a family, it's usually it's perceived. The popular public perception is that it's it's something noble. However, in my view, mine has been a bumpy ride. Mine has been a bumpy ride. It hasn't been as many stereotypes would like to put it. That many people believe that being last born, you're supposed to be the one that is most taken care of by everyone, most loved, and most, yeah, the bone. Like in our mother tongue, is that saying that chogo. Lastborn is referred to as chog. Chogo means the bone of the family, like the most, where the heart lies, yeah? Know where your bone lies. Yeah? That's why they call you chog. Mine has not been like that. Mine has been a bumpy ride. Difficult, upsetting, and tragic times. Both at home and away. Lastborn, it's not that something that somebody can look at you on the street and know this one is a lastborn. Like, none of us signed up for this, but it will happen that you're going to find yourself. You're just born. You're not going to find yourself. You'll be born. You'll be born a lastborn. So my experience, you'll be born a lastborn. So when somebody meets you on the road, not unless it is close to him, there's no absolute way that there's no sure way that somebody can definitively say that this one for sure is a lastborn. Many people go with the notion that certain characteristics, certain behaviors are linked to lastborns. Being a lastborn myself, I've evolved over time. Some of my behaviors long ago have changed. Everybody evolves, obviously, but I'm saying that you can't put one characteristic and place all lastborns in a bracket and say that this is how lastborns behave. This is how male lastborns behave, and put that stereotype on them. And that's the kind of stuff I wanted to discuss with you today, because sometimes you'll people will try to look for like what a scapegoat that no not will try to find some justification for what you've done. You understand? Let me give you an example. For example, you've not done a assignment in school, and like the teacher is asking you that in your home, are you the firstborn? Then you say that you are the lastborn. Then immediately the response is, that's why you are behaving like this. That's why you have not done my assignment. They presume that being lastborn made you not do the assignment. I've seen many firstborns, many other siblings of mine, many people born who are not lastborns, who have gone through similar experiences, but they never get that kind of their behavior being attributed to them being lastborns, or them being a certain born in their family. But because you are the lastborn, every other person, this now people who are not relatives, they'll always find like they always think it's what I began by saying, that the public perception and the stereotyping about how lastborns behave, how they are supposed to be like, will always catch up with you everywhere, in school, at home, in the streets, in classes, in university, in high school, in primary, playing, we're not playing, everywhere in the corners of society. You're always going to find such kind of individuals and experiences. And at home, let me put it like this, that they say that the lastborn is the most loved, almost taken care of. I don't believe that one bit. I think it's complete, absolute, and utter hogwash. Hogwash, kabisa. There's no such thing as the most loved in a family. The most loved in a family cannot be given to you by virtue of your birthright or the order in which you are born. It cannot come like that, my friend. Yeah. First in our family, I tend to think that I was more like presented, not because I had done anything in particular to anybody or behaved in certain ways or have developed certain characters. No, I think of it like that because I think, you see, I don't know how they call this thing in psychology. When somebody believes, when people believe that let me not do it, somebody else will do it, they delegate the attention they were supposed to give to you because they presume that somebody else will do it. For example, let's say somebody in the family, they assume that you're already loved. Therefore, they want to compensate for you being loved by instilling torture on you, assuming that somebody else in the family loves you too much. You understand? Now they're balancing out what does not exist. They're balancing out a love that is perceived and in reality does not exist. Like, for example, somebody will assume that that now your mom loves you or your dad loves you, that now your sibling says that you are always will do something to you in the thought that because you are already experiencing favor that actually does not exist, that now your siblings are accusing, let's say your mom, that she's favoring you, yet she does not, then on her mind, because she's being accused of favoring you, she begins to resent you, so that now she's resenting you so that the other siblings can feel included. Yet all along, you haven't been favored one bit. You have never been favored. You are now being resented because somebody feels that she needs to resent you so that the other siblings can feel loved, which never happened. You get it? Which you get it? Like, I don't want to like speak in such a way that we look like I'm blowing hot air. But I want to say it like this. That I'd already said it. It was more about siblings, parents trying to balance out what does not exist, and in turn, you're going to suffer the ramifications of their own preconceived notions that you had no input in, that you had no bearing in, that they thought for themselves and had the bias that lastborns are always loved. So because lastborns are always loved, let's assume this one is loved, and because we've assumed this one is loved, let's do the following 3-2 measures of accusing people around the left, right, and center that this guy is being favored, or accusing each other, or bringing themselves, or they themselves causing harm to you while thinking that you're going to give favor elsewhere. You see, like in life, what I realize about life is like it's always self-balance. Like for example, if you are too much successful on something, people will see less need of praising you. This is an analogy to help illustrate what my previous point was that if you're successful in something and you're already too successful, people will see less need to praise you or to give you gratitude or to reward you more because you're already successful in what you're doing in that particular thing. But like when on the contrary, when somebody is less privileged on a particular issue or is underperforming or is low on something, very as little of something or is low on something, people will see the need to assist such a person or somebody is. But now this is the flip side, how this analogy comes into play. When now people perceive that you're already that successful, yet you are not, you will not get the rewards just because they perceived it like that, which did not exist. You understand? And dealing in such an environment, it molds you to something else. You begin to learn skills, to learn skills of how to deal with to deal with your siblings, to deal with your parents. Let's say, for example, skills of persuasion. Like now, and I usually believe that I'm the most persuasive person I have ever come across. I've never seen anybody more persuasive than me, but that's a story for another day. If, for example, like I've learned like how to deal with the different emotions, different characters and habits of different siblings of mine, and we grew up 5. So dealing with let's say I'm dealing with my eldest siblings, Nodi or Patricia. I know the kind of approach that you're going to use to get to your goal you've learned the experiences, you've been with them all your life. So therefore you have a rich history, and because I usually remember a lot from the past, you have a lot of experiences and wealth of knowledge of how you can deal with your siblings. You too, you share this experience, but I typically believe that lastborns tend to become smart in psychology, or let's say how to deal with not how to deal with, how to negotiate, how to negotiate and see bullshit from afar. Like we usually have like bad characters can be detected by, let's say, the lastborn. He has dealt all his life. He has grown up like the youngest in the family. So being sent here and there, doing this and this for the siblings makes you know the biggest egos, the biggest bad characters that some siblings possess and how to deal with them. In turn, you're always thinking of how to deal with this situation, how to deal with this situation, how to deal with this situation. Throughout your life, when you're growing up, every day of your life, you're dealing with those situations. So obviously, by the time you are old, you'll be a very smart person. So in short, I think that it has been a unique experience that has provided me the opportunity to learn a lot of skills. Those are just the tip of the iceberg. The persuasion, the ability to detect egos and so on and so forth. It has given you that ability. I don't want to make the perception that I wasn't like I really don't care, but I'd love to make an impression that being the lastborn has been a gift in disguise. That's how I would put it. And I never sit around and think that there's a better place I could have been born other than a lastborn. I know each sibling has had these challenges and these unique experiences, which need to be appreciated as well. But like for me personally, I've really not laughed. Neither have I enjoyed. Though, but I really appreciate now. There are times when obviously you're not going to appreciate and think, oh, maybe this thing has been a difficult and get by telling me difficult, upsetting, and tragic times. But you need to, I acknowledge that, let's say, for example, firstborns. Firstborns, there's a kind of burden that they carry. Secondborns and thirdborns are like maybe children, even fourthborn. But me, I'm the fourthborn in our family. I'm also the last. So like there's different uniqueness, the uniqueness of each born. But in our family, I think the firstborn has had the easiest right. That guy has not had any burden on his shoulder his life. Where my eldest brother, no. That guy has had a smooth ride. He has never had a burden. Don't be fooled. Don't be cheated. The guy has just been cruising. No, he has had his own cruising experience that has been different from the one I've had. Mine has been a bumpy ride. Has been ups and no, not ups. Mainly downs that have bumps. No downs that have bumps. Downs that have bumps. When you think you're hitting rock bottom, you realize there's a different rock bottom that you are supposed to hit. You end up hitting several rock bottoms before you realize, oh, this thing has been has been a unique experience that it has been a unique experience at home and in the family. Even today that I'm 23 years old, I still meet stereotypes in class, that still believe that lastborns or particular person in family contain certain behaviors or certain characteristics, and they can detect them. Let me assure you, I've never met anybody who has ever detected me as a lastborn without my input, without me telling him verbally or insinuating it in any, verbally telling him or her. I've never met such a person. So don't be cheated by stereotypes that there are some people who can detect what. No. In fact, on the contrary, the one I found the closest was still trying to detect was a teacher of mine back in high school, who one day was asking me, are you the firstborn? No, excuse me. We are telling a story, telling me that you have the ability to detect which born you are in a family. Now, because I've made the video, it's now when the comment section can detect. You tell me your experiences. But mine has been like that. I think mostly it has been bumpy rides that have led to great, amazing, lifelong lessons that shape who I am, give me the good characteristics that I have today. And I wouldn't sit here and tell you that it is the best, neither will I say it is the worst. And I will never declare any that this is the best or this is the worst, because as I've said before, each sibling has their own uniqueness that needs to be appreciated without being put on a scale. Yeah, because that's humanity. I never like to weigh human beings. That's why I've never used overt words or language that seem to insinuate that some people are equal in value or different in value. I neither say equal nor different, but I prefer to use the language unique. That you can't measure human beings, because everybody has his own paths and experiences that are different from those of other people. Even if you are siblings, even my story today is about like they were born differently at different times, and our experiences are different. Thank you for watching. Let's meet next time. Same place, probably a different place, but same me, and same unique perspectives on different life issues. Thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting the journey. It has been a wonderful time exchanging these stories with you guys. Thank you. Like and subscribe, but comment as well, kindly. Thank you. To go.